Well, hello and welcome back. Today is day 8, pattern number 8 of our Granny Square Challenge, and it is also my birthday. And I am 28 for the 30th time, in case anybody was wondering. So this is the cute little pattern that we're going to make today. These particular little samples here are made out of cotton, using sugar wheel cotton, and I have a plan for these. So in today's example, or tutorial, whatever you want to call it, we're going to use regular worsted weight yarn and a 5.5mm crochet hook, just so that it is easier for you to see what is going on. So let's get started with a slip knot and chaining 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slip stitch to the first chain to form a circle, and then chain up 3. So what we're going to do is 3 double crochets together to form a cluster. So you would yarn over, go through the center of the circle, pull your yarn through, yarn over, go through 2 loops, and stop. Yarn over, go through the center of the circle, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and now you have 3 on your hook. Then you yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. That is the first half of a corner. So now you're going to chain 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you're going to do another cluster. So you yarn over through the circle, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go through the circle, yarn over, pull through 2, you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through the circle, go through 2, now you have 4 loops on your hook. Now this one is looked a little different because of the chain 3. So that first one's always a little wonky. So now we want to chain 2 and do another cluster. 2 and 3, and pull through all 3. Now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over and do another cluster. I'm going to do that 3 times. And then pull through all of the loops. Chain 2 and make another cluster. Pull through all 4 and chain 5. Yarn over and make another cluster. Chain 2. And do another cluster. Okay, we are going to chain 5. And do another cluster. That will be the second half of the corner, or not corner, but side, the edge there. Okay, chain 2 and slip stitch into the top, not in the chain, but over here, the stitch that forms your cluster. Okay, so you're going to slip stitch and work your way into that corner there. So now we're going to start on round 2. We're going to chain up 3 and make our first funky cluster. Chain 2 and make another funky cluster. Well, this one's a regular cluster. 3 double crochets together. Chain 2, and we're going to put 3 double crochets right here in between these 2 clusters. So just 3 regular double crochets, 2 and 3, chain 2. You're at the corner, you're going to do a cluster, chain 2, do another cluster in the corner, chain 2, and it's 3 double crochets in between these 2 clusters, just regular double crochets. Chain 2. And we're at another corner, so we're going to do a cluster, 3 double crochets together. Chain 2 and do another cluster in that same corner space. Chain 2, 3 double crochets in between these 2 clusters. 1, 2 and 3, chain 2, and a cluster, which is 3 double crochets together. Chain 2 and do another cluster in the same spot. Chain 2 and then 3 double crochets in between here. Chain 2 and slip stitch to not the chain 3 but right here for the cluster part. Okay, so you should look like this right now. So we're gonna come into the corner with a slip stitch, and we're gonna chain 3 and do a cluster, which that was the first part. This is round 3 in case I didn't say that. Chain 2, do another cluster, chain 2. Now in this chain 2 space right here, you're going to put 2 double crochets, regular double crochets. So 1 and 2. Then you're going to put 1 double crochet in each of these double crochet stitches on the previous round. So 1, 2, and 3, and then in this space it is 2 double crochets. It's 1, 2. Now you're going to chain 2, and you're going to put 2 clusters in the corner with a chain 2 in between. That's 1, my chain 2, 1 more cluster, chain 2. Okay, we'll go over the side again. In the chain 2 space, we're going to do 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. And then in each of the 3 double crochets, we put a double crochet. That's 1, 2, and 3. Then we got another chain 2 space. We put 2 double crochets. 1 and 2, chain 2, and we're at another corner, and you do the 2 clusters. A cluster, chain 2, cluster. 2 doubles, 1 double in each, 2 doubles, chain 2, cluster, chain 2, cluster, and work your way around. And I'll meet you back when I'm finished with mine. Alright, we are back at the other side, and now we need to do chain 2 and connect it to the top of the cluster, not the chain 3 space. Work our way to the corner with a slip stitch. We're going to chain 3, make our cluster, and on this round we chain 3 on the corner, 3, and then do another cluster in the corner space, chain 2, and in the chain 2 space we put 2 regular double crochets, and then a double crochet in the top of each of these stitches all the way across. That's 4, 5, 6, and 7. 2 doubles in the chain 2 space, chain 2, and a cluster in the corner, chain 3, and another cluster in the corner, chain 2, and then we're back to doing our regular double crochets. 2 in the chain 2 space, 1 in the top of each of these stitches, 2 in this chain 2 space, chain 2, and then your clusters in the corner with a chain 3 in between. So let's just work our way around, and I'll meet you back here when we're done. Alrighty then, we have made it all the way around. We're going to do our chain 2 and attach it not to the chain 3 but to our cluster. And fasten off. So to get a nice sized little square, it is only 5 rounds. That is how we look, with the exception of our ends there. We've got our nice little cross going on. This is the one that was made out of the cotton. Look at the size difference between a 4.5 millimeter and this cotton yarn, and a 5.5 millimeter and the 4 worsted weight. Big difference. The proper materials, the proper hook, and the proper gauge makes a huge, huge, huge difference. Anyhow, I'm sure you didn't come here to get lectured about that. We just came here to have some fun and learn a new granny square. And you could do me a solid. Since it is my birthday, you could hit that thumbs up button and you could make a comment down below. Leave a little cake emoji or something. Cake is always a fun thing. All right, we will see you again on day 9 with pattern 9, and I thank you so much.